meeting to order. Please join us for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll.
Ms. Lawton. Here. Ms. Nyberg.
Here.
Ms. Fabrica.
Here.
Ms. Bradley.
Here.
Mr. Rice.
Here.
Colonel P.
We're going to move to item number 7. Discussion, consideration, and vote to approve lease purchase agreement dated as of April 6, 2023 with Liberty National Bank for lease purchase of artificial turf for the district's high school athletic fields, and to adopt a resolution approving the lease purchase agreement, to execute the lease purchase agreement, develop escrow agreement, and all other documents, certificates, and instruments required to complete the transaction.
Make a motion we approve. Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Lawton.
Yes.
Ms. Nyberg.
Yes.
Ms. Fabrica.
Yes.
Ms. Bradley.
Yes.
Mr. Rice.
Yes.
At this time, you want to
yeah.
do number 4? You want me to do that? You told me to do that.
Yeah.
We're going to recognize that Miss Elizabeth Fabrica will be serving a new term of office. She was appointed. Now she gets a full 5 years with us for office for Area 3 board seat. Well, welcome to a 5-year term.
Okay.
Number 5.
Number 5. Let's reorganize the Board of Education, Mr. Hunt.
We have a reorganization in there. If we continue with the movement, I can't think of the word.
I nominate Zeldin to be president. I second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Lawton.
Yes.
Ms. Nyberg.
Yes.
Fabrica.
Yes.
Ms. Bradley.
Yes.
Mr. Rice.
Stain.
Okay, and we are going to nominate a clerk.
Well, we have to nominate Carla for.
We've got, sorry.
Vice
We
chair.
have to- Let's, somebody nominate Carla.
I nominate Carla for vice and me for clerk. Yeah. That's how it goes.
All right, I nominate Carla for vice president.
A second.
Yeah, I didn't know if I could do it.
She said,
And Patty for clerk.
Call the roll.
Second.
Ms. Lawton.
Yes.
Ms. Nyberg. Yes. Ms. Fabrica.
Yes.
Ms. Bradley.
Yes.
Mr. Rice.
Yes. Okay. Report of the superintendent, or no, we need to go 8, right?
Number 6.
Consent.
No, we do not have any
Oh,
special
special
guests.
guest.
And you're right, we go to number 8 because we don't have any. Oh, we do. Let me move Rebecca. Stop. We do that in the report of the superintendent sometimes, but let's go ahead and do it now in special guests. Let's let the the school's going first. Miss Kelly Collins is here to report to us on our Lawton Virtual Academy Middle School, which would also consider Gateway our alternative school.
I figured she'd do it virtual.
Okay, I sure could have. I'm Kelly Collins, Lawton Virtual Academy Middle School principal. And I have a fantastic counselor, Mr. Marty McKelvey. We have a secretary registrar, Tanya Wise. We have top-notch virtual teachers, and we are currently running about 330 middle school students every day. And we climb daily. Just a quick overview of our program because it is new. A lot of people are not completely familiar with what we do every day. We have daily Zooms that mimic the traditional schedule. We present a lesson for the first 25 minutes of a Zoom. Second 25 minutes, you sit at your desk, your bed, your kitchen table, wherever you're working from. Do the homework there. You raise your hand, ask questions on the continued Zoom, etc. Throughout the day, we offer one-on-one Zooms for students who need extra help. We do daily in-person tutoring in our Lion Learning Lab, and we do that every day. We had 9 students in there this morning working diligently. And then on Fridays, we do an actual in-person learning day. So we do 9 o'clock math, 10 o'clock history, etc. And we do that from 9 to 1 every Friday, and we always have a good turnout for that as well. We have a new student advisor that I will talk about in just a moment. And we have students who are participating in all extracurricular activities at their home schools. And we have a multitude of clubs and activities. Okay, two of the new buzzwords, I guess you could say, with virtual learning are synchronous and asynchronous learning. Synchronous learning is live teaching time with the teacher, which is what we do. We provide live instruction with the students. We teach the lesson and allow for 20 minutes of independent work. This way students can ask questions and get an immediate answer. The other type, of course, is the asynchronous learning, where work is completed at home, not during live teaching sessions. Students will complete work on their own in Google Classroom, watch the recorded Zooms, and submit assignments by the due date. We have a lot of students who function best at 2 a.m. And if that's when they choose to do their work, then they're not in a live Zoom, but they have the recorded Zoom from that day. They can go back, watch, and then email or phone call the next morning of any questions they might have. And that seems to be working very well. Miss Carrie Gonzalez is our new student orientation advisor. She does in-person and on the phone orientations. This is a brand new created position that I started this year. When students become virtual, they really don't know the process, and it's very hard when they're not sitting in front of you. So we now have her as a teacher / new student advisor. They come in, they do a full walkthrough, what to do, questions to ask, where to find the Zoom, how to submit work. Most of the time parents come in as well and also get a quick tutorial on those. In-person Fridays, there's just an example. We do have the old library that was at Douglas. We have converted that into our learning lab space. So our teachers come down, our students come in and bring their laptops. They work and have lunch and get caught up on work that maybe they're behind on for the week. We do field trips. We try to create some social events for our students. So we did have a very successful field trip to Wichita Mountains. A lot of our students are military children, and they had never been there. So we did an invite and had a good little turnout. This time we specifically did 8th grade ELA students. They did a writing assignment to go along with this, and they got to tour things. They went to Medicine Park and kind of got the VIP treatment from some of the stores there, and they had a good time. We do a Fright Fest every year. We had a frightening good time with our LVA families. Our students from pre-K through 12th grade came in, trick-or-treated, got to have fun, games, talk to their teachers. They love to actually meet the teachers. You know, it's hard behind a screen all the time. We all dressed up, had a good time, not just elementary. Plenty of middle school and high schoolers did as well. Our esports team, that is a new, thank you to AJ Watson, that is new this year. We had a donor to donate official jerseys for the kids. And the little guy there in the front, Aiden Glover, is one of my 8th graders, and he just finished 17th out of 128 in the state. So we were very proud of him. And our program is growing. We are now up to 20 young men and women. And next year we are adding an elementary element to that as well. So we love those guys. We had a Frosty Fest. Parents came up, got to have a great time. Again, the kids got to interact with teachers. It was a lot more than just elementary kids. First thing my middle school kids wanted to do was go give Santa their Christmas wish list. A lot of the high school kids did as well. So we just try to have things where the kids can be celebrated, the parents can come in. They want to be virtual, but they still want interaction. So we try to do those as often as we can. We still do things like we honor outstanding students throughout the year. At the end of the year, we will pick a student from each school, just as the traditional schools do, and we will pick a top male and female from each school for academic success, overall academic success. And we also honor them for students of the quarter, just as though a traditional school would. We have implemented a military child club this year. And they do events throughout the community. They did just recently celebrate a pizza and gaming party where they come together and just have a good time, talk. We invited, actually, Katie Long, one of my teachers. She is working on her admin degree, so she wanted to take on a project for the entire Douglas building, which is pre-K through 12th grade virtual and Douglas Learning Center. And so she called the Oklahoma Interactive. It's from one of the traveling drama clubs in Oklahoma City, and they bring it to the road, and they pop up their own little set. Our kids got up there and danced with them. They had a great time. Our families came, watched, and it's about a 25-minute presentation they do over the state of Oklahoma. And then the other picture is Mary Hansen, former Teacher of the Year. And for 2 years in a row now, our Douglas Learning Academy middle school students have won the state stock market game. It's in the, those are the middle school students who are taking personal finance literacy for high school credit. This is something that they compete in every year. Last year we had 2 students win it, and we had 2 students win it again this year. So we're super proud of them for that. This is our day. It's full of screens. It's full of phone calls. It's full of drop-ins, asking for help, asking for questions. But that's just a couple of my guys there, and they do a great job, and they wouldn't do it any other way. So short and sweet and to the point, and it's who we are. It's what we do. Okay, great.
We can't find anybody that does virtual better than we do.
Agreed.
We expect our kids and parents to be contacted on a daily basis, and we try to reach out, and there are requirements and expectations. It's not, you just got to be virtual, and
Absolutely.
it's a shout out to our staff, Teresa Jackson, the executive director, and now it even has elementary, but Ms. Collins and Jennifer do a great job getting this done, and we appreciate, what you guys do, and
Thank you.
we're making virtual real.
We are. We
I
are.
mean, we're
Every
trying
day.
to do it, we're, as educators, we still like face-to-face, especially for the younger they get. But our virtual, again, is the best, and I hope someday I can find somebody nationally who does it better, so we can find ways to get better, but right now I can't find it. So that's telling me you guys are doing a great job, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yep.
Okay, we're gonna go to number 8.
Yes, our first part, we can do number 8.
If you want to do a discussion with possible action to adopt a name for the ASYMCA land swap property.
And the name that we kind of talked, well, they can do it next on the superintendent's report. The name that we came up and we kind of polled everybody in the office, and we went around and asked different people, and the name that kind of stuck with everybody was New Horizons Learning Center. And Horizons for plural was plural because it's going to hold transition students, which are older students, and pre-K students. So so it kind of shows that it beats both. But the New Horizons Learning Center is the name we would like to adopt, if you guys would agree with this.
How's everybody feel? I make a motion to accept it.
They call roll.
Ms. Clodfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nyworth? Yes. Ms. Fabregas? Yes. Ms. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Rice?
Yes, and I guess we can go back to
We
the,
got a number 9, you can do it on the report of the superintendent.
okay, report of the superintendent.
We have goal area 3 here today, and again, this is one of the things we promised when we did the strategic plan, and everyone put all the time and effort, including some of you, that we would have a presentation on a regular basis from all of our goal areas, and this is goal area 3, and our executive director, Jean Hastings, who is our district level person on that committee, will make her report.
Very good. I am lucky. I have Blake Thomas as a co-chair for this committee. Good afternoon, board members, president, and administrators and viewers. This is goal area 3, and it's personnel enhancements. Now I'm going to have to get used to changing this, but our personnel enhancements, we have a very diverse group to actually participate in this. We have both elementary and secondary representation through assistant principals. We have both of our curriculum directors on this, a couple from the technology, John Robertson, Vanessa Perez, and then AJ Watson, of course, is the information technology director. Diane Keene for special services. Stephanie Heim has director of new staff development, and Jennifer Elzada from the payroll committee, because of course with anything you do with personnel, it involves pay. So PD is covered in all 4 of the goal areas. So one of the things we've tried to do is listen well to what the other areas are doing and trying to make sure that we're not making a roadblock for what they're wanting to do, but that all of us are working efficiently together. The committee is excited with the decision of front-loading a lot of our PD days. We'll have 5 days at the start of this upcoming school year to be able to front-load that professional development. We're bringing back the continuous PD, and I'm really excited about that personally because I think there will be some opportunities for our support employees as well as our certified employees with that. And then our virtual days, providing an option of both being instructional as well as being professional development. For some time in developing the professional development plan, for sometimes we've used the 9 essential elements to do each year. Every certified person in the district gets the opportunity to take that survey. So it's a widespread look at what the individuals that's out there in the boots on the ground see as the need for our professional development. That is disseminated then through our federal programs office down to a building level, as well as looking at the district overall. And then the plan goes out. We have a professional development team that actually, or committee that actually does that. Currently, one of the things, for example, that was suggested in the strategic plan was to offer incentives for PD outside of the contract time. And this is what we found with several of these points was we're actually already covering that. It's just not known, well known throughout the district. But if a certified person completes training outside the contract day, they're given a stipend of between $25 and $30 an hour. Sometimes it's $150 for a day. Of course, that'd be a 6-hour training and forward. The goals and objectives are developed by that, and this is something that we're already doing through that essential elements. Each year that the essential elements is done, so each year, annually, it's actually revised so that we're constantly meeting the needs of today and not trying to meet needs of yesterday. The technology training is something that I really am proud of our district as we were looking at, and of course that is rooted well within your membership as well as the district. But at this time, we have several of the situations already covered. We have the technology purchases that are developed and measured success annually. Teachers right now are given a trial period with several different software programs. And our ed tech, they release those out. Then they have a survey that each of the teachers fill out, complete digitally, so that they can know what is wanted and what is not, and meet the needs of the teacher that's meeting the needs of the students. But at this time, teacher trainers, they build in every building, every month, time to be able to address what the teachers needs to be able to use the tech. Because, of course, we have a wide range of proficiencies within our teachers as what technology is. And if you don't know how to use it, you can't get the success that you need out of it. Oh, another thing is we've got 6 programs that's currently being, what's the tech? They have that is a call-in AJ? Teacher tech, I'm going to ask for your help on that. Can you explain that just a little bit?
What the tech is just a nightly PD session where you can go in and talk about anything tech.
Okay, so it gives them every day they have the opportunity to reach out.
Previous IT representative.
Yeah. When we had our first class meetings, Ms. Himes, she had arranged so that there'd be a tech available, and people there that could help the teachers that came to those meetings, that every avenue of being able to meet the needs of those teachers are actually happening. And then, of course, special ed technology, they use the Tech Now or Teach Town in secondary and multiple programs in the elementary, because, of course, elementary varies a lot between kinder or pre-K all the way through sixth grade as what their needs are. The ed plan and then the teacher trainers, the tech teacher trainers are in every building every month. They actually have, one of the things that was suggested was a Tech Tuesday. Well, they actually already have that, but it's on a Wednesday. Doesn't sound as spicy, Tech Wednesday, so they're working on a name. But right now they're doing a survey on on-site technology, meeting with the principals to see is what they're doing actually meeting the needs. Do they need to increase the time? Do they need to back off on the time that they're out there? And then the third one's, of course, my favorite area, and that's the area of recruitment and retainment. So looking at a recruitment plan, with the pandemic, we've had some challenges on recruiting. But this year we will have an in-person career fair. It's scheduled 3 weeks from today at Central Middle School, April 27th, and you have a flyer for that in the folder that I've left you. This folder is a folder that we use for our employees as they come in. We give them a great number of papers, but we also have those available that if the ones that do trainings in the district, if they're training outside with some that may be coming forward to work with us, that those are available. If you guys are going to trainings, then we have those available that just tell us how many you need, and we'll be able to provide those as well. But that folder in and of itself is a recruitment tool. The pandemic, we're back to doing the in-person. We have at the TAPS program on Fort Sill, their transitional program from soldier to civilian. We have a table set up there 24/7, and we keep that fresh. So we change out pictures, change out the flyers that's out there. As often as possible, we go out there and talk on Tuesdays, just getting our word out there that we want the soldiers and we have the capabilities. And there's some good benefits for soldiers coming to the education field. We're working on recruitment videos right now with Miss Cortez. The new folders, we're changing out we're working on some inserts to go in the folders that would include a welcome, a life-ready focus of that's the goal for Lawton Public Schools, because if you can't bind to that goal, then this may not be the district that you need to come to. But we want life-ready students graduating. How we mentor because that is a great asset for Lawton Public Schools. The first class that we've had that's been able to help with the new teachers, Blake Thomas did a survey of all of our principals, and I have included the answers to those surveys in there as well. And you'll be pleased to hear how they feel. A lot of our teachers are feeling very supported. They know that they're going to have questions, they're going to have problems, but they know that there's sources to solve them. And that's it. We're all going to come up against roadblocks, but we have to smooth those out for those teachers that's out there. And we have teachers that feel that that's being done. And that's it. From the HR perspective, we have much fewer resignations at this point for teachers than we've had in past years. And I think that's because they feel that they are getting supported here. But then the equipped classrooms, teachers know when they come into our classrooms these are non-negotiables. They're going to have this, they're going to have this, they're going to have this, and that's not a guarantee in some other schools. The professional growth opportunities that we have, and then also the benefits, because that's one thing that we have not been able to recruit as hard with as we need to. We've got partnerships. Let's see, I think I've got behind. We've got partnerships with Cameron, with Grand Canyon, and with Southern Nazarene University that will help our teachers be able to further their education if that's a desire of theirs. And we also are far-reaching on our boards already as far as posting our jobs out. We post through the Oklahoma State Secondary or Oklahoma State School Board Association, Oklahoma Music Educators Association, the Oklahoma Librarians Association, Cameron University, Oklahoma Job Match, K-12 Jobs, and then the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education. Because we have our postings out so wide, then a lot of times we'll have them picked up by Indeed, and some of the others, Glassdoor is another one, and Glassdoor is unique in that it gives the people who are applying the opportunity to give a voice on how they felt about applying, and it's very positive for us right now. Some of you remember a few years, well, maybe more than a few years. I can go back several. But Nina Hunt with her teacher cadets, and that was one thing about growing our own. But I'm pleased to announce when we started researching this, we found out that there's a continued use of the Great Plains technology in their teacher cadet program. The Life Ready Center promotes teaching careers, that they offer that as well. And then we have high school internships. So we have opportunities for those that are interested in education to get a feel for that very early before they're actually starting career plans. And then the other part of that was developing a survey. Well, we've had an exit survey for a couple or 3 years in our district that we send out and ask for the teachers that are leaving to complete. It's a Google, so it takes very little of their time to be able to complete it. But we're developing at our April 17th meeting a stay interview. And, you know, it's important to find out why people leave, but it's also equally important to find out why people stay. And so Blake has done a short version of that, but we'll have a version so every teacher, as they exit out, will be able to do an interview. Whether it's exit or whether it's stay, every teacher should do that as part of the checkout system this year. And we're even working on an additional 60 days out from the start of the school year. We'll send out to those that are new to our district and get their feedback, because that's really important. You lose or you gain within those first 60 days a lot of the time. So, and of course, all of those will be pushed out on Google, so it makes it so much quicker to analyze. The retention plans also include about the recognition. It's great that we have Teacher of the Year, but Teacher of the Year is only 2. We've got so many more great teachers out there. So that's our next step, is looking at that and getting the principals together to collaborate on what they're doing that works well and try to get a consistency across the district. Because right now we have some that's that principal's gift of being able to recognize and encourage, and others, that's not their gift, but I can do what somebody else does. So that will be one of the things that we're working on. And then also about letting our schools know what our programs are, the benefits that we already have in here, how medical savings accounts operate, 403Bs and 457s. You guys approved the AF Plan Serve. So it's much easier for us to get those things processed through and to try to give them that information. So we're going to start a quarterly newsletter from HR this next year where we can give them information about benefits and investment opportunities, Oklahoma teacher retirement system, and certification news. But it's a great thing to have the strategic plan to work off, where you've got a group of people that that have been vetted, that knows where we need to head, and just to follow the trail. So thank you very much. Are there any questions?
One comment I have is, feedback surveys are always great, because you're getting as much as you can from as many people. And some of the times you find in some of the comments that you need to work on is just communication. Just glancing through that real quick, I noticed one said stipend for letters training. Well, we're giving a stipend for letters. Yes. The letters trainers are going to get a stipend. We just have it somewhere. There's been a drop in communication. They just missed that memo. They have done a lot of work on that. And we give a big shout out to our elementary teachers for all the work they have done on the letters training. So it's important to get that, because hopefully a lot of the things is communication fixing, and there's some things in there always that we can say, hey, we can do better at this. So thank you and your team for what you're doing.
Yes, thank you.
Do you have anything else? to
Yes, I
report?
have the good news to share. Shout out to MacArthur High School students who took part in the FISTA Innovation Park ribbon cutting this morning. As you know, we had Governor Stitt there. We had both senators, Senator Mark Wayne Mullen, Senator Langford. We had Representative Tom Cole, who at the time is moving close to being the number 2 or chair of the House Appropriations Committee. He's also chair of the Rules Committee right now. And then we had Frank Lucas there. So we had a really great delegation, and we had 2 students from MacArthur sing the national anthem, and they did a wonderful job. So great job to you guys who sang it, and we appreciate you for doing it. Also, we had 39 elementary students, along with 4 middle school students from around the districts to LPS Children's Choir. Today they went to Midwest City, attending the Pride of Oklahoma Musical Festival. We just received word that they earned a superior rating. Way to go. And then, in the middle school state champs, Super Smash Brothers, esports, here we go. We got first, second, and third. The MacArthur Middle School was the champion. Central Middle School got second, and third went to Eisenhower Middle School. So we were well represented, as you can tell. So big shout out to those. Now,
That's the end. Okay, the consent agenda, anybody need anything pulled?
I make a motion we approve the consent agenda as is.
Call roll?
Ms. Claude Felton?
Yes.
Ms. Nywer?
Yes.
Ms. Fabregas?
Yes.
Ms. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Rice?
Yes.
as far as I know, we do not need an executive
We
session.
do not need an executive session.
15A.
Okay, the superintendent's personnel report, anybody have any questions or
Move for approval.
Second.
I was waiting on a
call roll?
Claude Felton?
Yes.
Ms. Nywer?
Yes.
Ms. Fabregas?
Yes.
Ms. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Rice?
Yes. Okay, new business,
I have none.
the next,
Board meeting.
the next regular scheduled, meeting is Monday, April the 17th at 5:15 here in the Shoemaker Auditorium. We need to set any new board dates.
Good.
Okay, any board announcements?
Well, the Lawton Public Schools Foundation golf tournament is Monday. I don't know if they have any slots left. Do you know, Mr. Hunt?
But they'll take some more money.
They'll take, yeah.
They got a lot of home sponsors open. You can come in there
Yeah.
and you can support them. And they have options.
And they have an auction, but, you know, the Lawton Public Schools Foundation does so much for our schools. Unless you really are pretty involved in it, you don't know how much they do. So I encourage you to check into that, and we would love to see you out there on Monday.
Teacher of the Year, the 18th. We'll see. We have a meeting the 17th. We can talk more, but get it on your
I
calendar
have-
Tuesday night.
I have another thing too. You know, we went to the National School Board Conference in Orlando. All the board members were there, superintendent, deputy superintendent. And I will tell you that when you look at technology, you appreciate it when you go somewhere where they should really have it. and it doesn't work right, and it doesn't work right because it's not set up the way it should. Lawton Public Schools technology is outstanding. And I guarantee that they do a lot more work and make sure everything works better than happened at the conference. Everything went well, but videos didn't play, their internet wasn't very well. And so there was a lot of little issues, but that makes you appreciate what we have here at Lawton Public Schools with all the technology. So I want to thank AJ and all of his crew for everything they do.
I want to say a shout out to our board members. I mentioned it in our leadership meeting this morning. Not only did our board members attend the conference, they attended meetings and meetings, and they went to meetings all day long. You know, somebody said, "What'd you do while you're in Atlanta?" Guys, we never got more than a block. Well, most of us never got more than a block from the hotel.
Oh.
So no names mentioned, but anyway, it was awesome, and it's always great when you got a board that's trying to learn, and they went to different meetings, and they were spread out all over the conference center, and brought back a lot of things, and we were able to discuss some things. So to shout out to our board for taking their time to try to become more informed and improve themselves as board members.
Well, in all three of the presentations that Kevin did one, Jason did one, and Stephanie did one, and they were all three excellent.
Awesome.
A lot of questions from other districts.
Hey.
Yep.
We get to show our videos, missed out on all Lynn's. Lynn's team worked hard, but
Sorry, Lynn.
Next time.
Any other announcements?
Don't we have a town hall meeting this month? No? The, the district deal.
Oh, yeah, that's at the end, the
Right after,
27th is the Regent.
I was looking at the wrong thing.
oh yeah,
At Flower Mound.
Right.
Oh,
I
Well,
was
we
must
need
have
to
looked at
invite other
something.
board members to come. If you know anybody else on another board, invite them.
when is it?
The 27th, you can let Skylar know so she can RSVP for you.
I'll be there.
Need a head count for dinner.
All right.
Okay, is that it?
Thank you, Carla.
Okay, we're adjourned.
I just